So look, good afternoon and welcome to the 2019 SIPS graduation. I'm delighted to see so many of you here in the magnificent setting of Peterborough Cathedral on such a fantastic English spring day. And it's great to have you here joined by and supported by your family and friends. I personally would like to congratulate all of our students here today on the hours of hard work that you have committed, as well as, no doubt, the many social engagements you've undoubtedly had to miss. But in order to achieve those all-important exam grades or complete your projects, your hard work really has paid off, so well done to all of you. I too would also like to take a moment to thank all of your family, friends and colleagues who have supported you on your journey. It's been a phenomenal effort and you couldn't have done it without all of that support. So, thank you very much, and my appreciation goes out to all of your supporters too. So your studying journey may have finished, but your learning journey continues. And SIPS is here to support you on every step of the way as your career develops and you seek bigger roles or more responsibility. Today's demands on procurement and supply are much broader, much more complex than when I started out over 30 years ago. This brings with it both opportunities and challenges for those who work in the procurement and supply profession. We must ensure that we remain current, and probably more importantly, that we future-proof our skills and knowledge. And whilst you've reached a landmark in terms of your technical skills, we will all need to keep up with new developments, as well as to continuously hone leadership, communication, change management and broader commercial skills. So if you're not doing so already, I would urge you all to start working towards your chartered status. As a chartered status professional, you can demonstrate to your colleagues, to your employers and your suppliers, your personal commitment to staying current and keeping your skills finely tuned. The annual SIPS Ethics e-learning and test is something we all need to take and pass, and so as to keep ourselves totally aligned with the ethical sourcing agenda, which is increasingly important to protect the reputation of all organisations. What should really matter to any organisation is how they engage with their employers, with their employees, with their customers, their owners, or with the country's citizens. So when people choose what products they buy, or who they work for, or investors choose who to invest in, based increasingly on the ethical reputation of the organisation, then responsible sourcing is absolutely a topic for the boardroom. These are very exciting times for procurement and supply. Whether it's modern-day slavery, strategies to manage Brexit, and yes, it is the 29th of March today, though we did predict there might be some delay, so we did not worry too much about this overshadowing your graduation. Or cybersecurity, business leaders are turning to professionals in procurement and supply for the answers. So make sure that you, as professionals, demonstrate just how much value procurement can deliver. Embrace technology. Seek out new opportunities to find better ways of working. Your internal customers are all too used to Amazon-like one-click buying in their home lives. So try as much as you can to make their procurement journey inside your organisation as frictionless as possible. Understand the data that is available to you and become the go-to place for your stakeholders to gain valuable insights and information. Embed yourself within the business, align to your stakeholders' goals and learn and speak their language. Frankly, be brilliant in everything that you do. Build that reputation for always delivering on time and shout about your successes. Seek out opportunities to embed sustainability and social value within your projects. Being responsible doesn't mean you can't increase profits or cut costs, as well as making a difference to people's lives. It's this final point that gives you, as procurement professionals, the opportunity to go out there and make your mark. Seek out opportunities where you can make a real difference to your organization, your suppliers or customers, or the wider community or environment. I had an opportunity to make such a difference when I worked a number of years ago at Nestlé. The issue of responsible procurement was fairly new, and consumer packaged goods manufacturers were becoming increasingly under pressure and scrutiny over their sourcing practices. A group of consumer packaged goods organizations, some of whom were fierce competitors, got together to seek out better ways of working collaboratively to enable and to promote responsible sourcing and sustainable supply chains. AIM Progress, the name of the organization we created, was developed to positively impact people's lives through the combined leadership of robust and responsible supply chains in this sector. AIM Progress was about how to do this effectively and efficiently, recognizing that this was more of a collaboration than a competitive agenda, and that we all wanted our suppliers to be focused on improvement rather than spending excessive time on a myriad of near-identical audits from each individual customer. Among the AIM Progress priorities are building supply chain capability to make organizations and their suppliers more competent in executing responsible procurement programs, aligning practices, standards, and the metrics of compliance, and driving continuous improvement. I'm particularly proud of this project, and I've continued to watch it progress with great interest. The project has had a real direct impact on people's lives, and I'll give you just one quick example. With the support of 4 competing branded companies, working conditions have significantly improved in the production of sugarcane in Mexico, addressing the provision of water, the availability of rest and shade for workers, as well as making the approach to growing sugarcane more sustainable in the region. Closer to home, here in Peterborough, Cummins, the US-based maker of engines, filtration and power generation, has introduced a Dragon's Den-inspired process called Innovations Gateway to ensure it continues to meet its goals for water, waste, energy and recycling whilst reaping the benefits of creative thinking. The Innovations Gateway first began in 2016 to increase opportunities for minority-owned, small and medium-sized enterprises to seek ideas that specifically help Cummins to reduce its carbon footprint and meet environmental targets. They received more than 80 applications from suppliers. This list was narrowed down to 26 businesses who were invited to the Cummins office in Peterborough to pitch their ideas. 12 were then selected for further review, and then 5 were finally put through an internal and external validation process. These included Waterblade, which takes a trickle of water and shapes it into a sheet of water the width of a hand to reduce water use, and Savertex, who have developed energy-efficient hand dryers that dry hands in 11 seconds running on just 550 watts. The dryers also collect data on footfall, sending real-time alerts to cleaners to clean washrooms based on the usage of those washrooms. I'm also very proud of some of the work that we're now doing here at SIPS on the sustainability and ethical sourcing agenda. We're working with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to improve the procurement of medical supplies across Africa. We will develop the SIPS African Healthcare Procurement Community Programme, a learning network that will initially run for 3 years and see SIPS work with on-the-ground agencies to strengthen government practices and procurement practices, supply chain practices, and provide the knowledge to implement improved procurement processes. The aim of the network is to build a sustainable public procurement community in healthcare supply chains and to introduce globally recognized standards to the wider procurement community across Africa. Procurement plays a huge role in protecting the health of citizens, as vital medical supplies often do not reach the most vulnerable people. These supply chains are prone to disruption, often unfortunately fueled by fraud and corruption, which has shocking consequences for the failure to stop, preventable diseases, and in some cases results in the loss of life. Procurement is in a very privileged position to make such significant changes for good. Procurement, a bit like Spider-Man, has great power, and with great power comes great responsibility. So use your knowledge, your skills and influence over your supply chains to make a difference now and for future generations. My final words this morning are for each of you as individuals and professionals. Be bold. Challenge the status quo. Ask questions. Always confront the brutal facts and never be satisfied with an incomplete answer. Seek out the better way and improve supply chains for the benefit of your organisations, our communities and our suppliers. I'm extremely passionate about our profession and proud to be here at the helm at SIPS to support you on your journeys over the years to come. But what will give me far greater pride is to see you succeed in the future as you accomplish great things in the procurement and supply profession. I'm looking forward to meeting many of you today. Enjoy the day, and once again, a huge congratulations on your success. Thank you.